Okay, so we're back. And in one of my previous videos, I spoke about how I use meditation to get in touch with emotion and, kind of use that to gain insight into myself and into life and things like that. And lately I was thinking about that, and I was really amazed by how it's really easy that's a lot easier to be done with the good emotions, the happy emotions. Like if you win the lottery, if you get married, if you fucking find your dream job, then, you're on the Grand Canyon and you see the view and you're kind of filled with awe, and your whole body's like fucking radiating from seeing this amazing sight. Or if you win the lottery, you're so fucking excited and you feel the excitement coursing through your veins, and those emotions are they're a little easier to be present with and come home to, It's because they're pleasant and they're good. They feel good. The shitty emotions, not so much, like pain, physical pain even, anger, rage, depression, hopelessness, when you're sad, when you're lonely. Those emotions are kind of tough to feel, and those are easier to just block out. And what kind of inspired me to make this video is a few days ago, or pretty recently, not really a few days ago. I don't know when I'm going to put this video out. Recently, I was hanging out with a friend. He just kind of hit me up. I hadn't seen him in a while, and we went for a drink. It was like a Tuesday night or some shit. And we were having a drink. We were at this bar and catching up. I was having a good time, laughs, and all that jazz. And we were out, and I didn't really go out with the intention of talking to girls and meeting girls or whatever, but eventually, that's what we ended up doing because they were there or whatever, and opportunities there. So, but that's always a tricky thing with me because I think I touched on this in previous videos, but I wasn't happy at one point with my dating life, like when I was in college or whatever, or even previously. And so a few years ago, I had this moment where I decided, okay, well, I'm not happy with my dating life. I'm not happy that I'm not meeting women and shit. So I'm gonna focus my time, focus my energy and attention on this part of my life, and I'm gonna work on it. And so, I went on as many dates, a ton of dates. I talked to a lot of girls, and I kind of just gained confidence, and it was cool. I learned a lot. I did gain confidence. I learned about myself and had really cool experiences and met really cool people. But it always feels like the fact that I had to intentionally learn that some of it's natural to me. I kind of know some ways to infuse my natural personality into that, but it still feels like a thing I have to turn on. I have to press this button and then, okay, this is extroverted Steve. This is Steve at a party, blah, blah, blah. And, it's still me, but it takes doing, and it takes I have to get there. I'm not naturally there all the time, and so, and I think I mentioned in the meditation video that I'm kind of just in my head a lot of the time, so it's tough to get that on switch on. So that night I didn't put the on switch on, and I was talking to these girls, and long story short, I pretty much struck out, and I guess when you're a guy and you meet people and you like them, or it seems like you like them, you have a direction in which you want things to go, and that didn't happen, and I didn't get a number, I didn't get a date or hookup or nothing like that, and I struck out, and instead of just being, oh, that sucks, and just continuing with my night, I kind of let that fuck me up. I let that ruin my whole night, and then I was sad, and I was all pouty, and and butthurt, and I talked to my friend, and I spoke at length about it, and we talked, and then I went home, tail between my legs, all pouty and sad, and it sounds so silly now when I talk about it, but I have my phone, and I decide, oh, well, I'm gonna watch something funny. It's 1 a.m. I'm gonna watch something funny. I want to see something funny, or maybe I'll watch porn or something. But I've been on a run of some meditation, you know, and when I'm on a good run of doing it every day for a while, I can kind of see, like, I'm not reacting to shit as much, and I can kind of see my thoughts pop up as they're happening. I'm a little slower, and I can kind of see, wow, I think I'm trying to distract myself right now. You know, and I think that, what if I didn't do that? I put the computer and put the phone away. What if I just sit with this unpleasant feeling? You know, this feeling of feeling sad and rejected and all this stuff. And let's see what's going on here, you know? Why am I feeling so shitty? And I did that. And God, it's so incredible. Like, I thought, like, there's so many distractions out there, you know? I mean, yeah, we're trying to avoid pain, and we're trying to avoid these, like, painful feelings and unpleasant feelings, but, like, there's so much to avoid it with. Like, you got your phone, you have your computer, you have your fucking, like, you can eat, you have food to comfort you, you can call somebody, like, you get any unpleasant news, and it's so easy to, like, run away from things. You know, it's, rather than just face them and see, okay, why am I so upset? What's going on here? So it's easier to not feel it, eat some fucking cake or something, eat some donuts, and bury that down, or not address the problem. And then that sucks, because then we're lashing out at people who don't deserve it, and then we realize, and for me, I know that if I say something mean to somebody, no, I'm sorry, I'm saying that because I'm in a bad mood, and I just lashed out. You know, and it's tough, man, because those are, I mean, there are some things that there aren't really, it's not that serious, and I guess you can just take your mind off it for a while, but for the most part, I think that's just kind of a numbing agent. It's just an opiate to placate you for the moment. And again, like, that doesn't solve the issue, or doesn't make any progress towards it. So that's tough. And if you're like me and you're into self-help and new agey shit, like, the new agey people are always about, oh yeah, you don't need to achieve anything, you're already perfect, and everything's perfect, and life is wonderful. And, you know, then self-development people are like, yeah, write down your goals, you're going to achieve all your goals, you can achieve your dreams, and you're going to be happy all the time, and it's easy to construe that you'll be happy all the time. But, you know, that's what they sell. And that's tough, because then it's like, you kind of get this idea that when I feel shitty, that's not okay. I'm not on the right path. But, and if there's any, like, message I want to give you, is that it's okay to feel sad sometimes. It's okay to feel bad. You know, and it's, I don't know, I don't think it's possible for anyone to live a life without feeling sad once, you know? But, like, don't run away from it. And I tried this one time I had the foresight, and I was able to see what was happening, and I sat with my fucking shitty feelings, and I thought, because I think that I felt worse. Instead of just kind of, oh, that sucks, and just continue on my night, which I usually do, this time I felt shitty. And I said, okay, what are my beliefs right now that are making me feel so bad and making me feel worse? You know, it's like this cognitive downward spiral. And I thought, and I sat, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? And you know, then I had insights, and this shit popped up. That one thought is, okay, why do I feel this way? What has to be true in order for me to feel this way? One of them is, I suck at dating, and I suck at interacting with girls, and I always have, and I always fucking will. You know, and even as I say that now, that's pretty fucking harsh. Harsh and maybe not true. And, you know, these limiting beliefs, they're often not true, but they, like, fucking feel true. They feel real. But I needed to know that that's what I was thinking, so I can, like, not think that. Then second thing I thought was, fuck, man, the hot ones never liked me. Like, you know, like, they were hot, one was hot, and she was smart, and it was so cool, and she was so cool, and they never fucking liked me, and I'm always going with the ones, I always have to settle, I'm not getting the ones I want, and, you know, fucking dating people I don't want to date, and I'm always settling. And I thought, well, is that true? Maybe not. And like my friend was helpful. It's like, well, that's not really true, is it? I'm like, well, I don't know, I guess not. The third one was pretty big, and it was, I am seeking this person's approval. It's like, if they think I'm cool, if they think I'm great, then I'm great, then I'm okay, you know? It's like, that's giving a lot of power to somebody else, and I realized that I can't do that, you know? Like, first of all, that's a really repulsive, like, nobody wants to be around that kind of energy, where you have to, like, give them approval and shit. That's really, like, needy and desperate. And I guess I was giving that vibe off, and not only that, it's not something I want to be. So now I know next time, if I can be aware of that, that might help. That probably will help me a lot. And finally, I think this is a huge one that I think that we all deal with, is when shit doesn't go my way. God damn it, I can't stand that, and I can't be happy when everything has to go my way, or else I'm gonna be unhappy. You know. And that's a tough one, because I think I mentioned before that we're gonna have obstacles in this life, man. Like, you get out of bed, you're pretty much some stuff isn't gonna go your way, you know? And if I'm gonna get upset every time that happens, then I'm in for a rough life. So I think for me, the next step is to be aware of these things, and when these situations come up again, and again, it's just a question of trying again, and now I'll have these things in my head, and I know that, okay, well, last time I had these beliefs and it fucked me up in this regard, and I felt shitty, and I know it didn't help me, and I know it's not true. So I need to just remind myself of that, and hopefully that'll, like, you know, help me develop as a person and shit like that, and meet people. But for you, what I hope for you is that you can kind of see that it's okay to feel bad sometimes, and try not to distract yourself, try not to run away from it, and it could possibly give you some really good insights and help you develop and go into the person that you want to be. So, thanks. Thanks for watching, and peace out. Stay tuned, I have cool stuff coming. Peace.